Right, welcome back to another mussel fishing video. I say fishing video, it's not actually fishing today, we're actually making something for fishing. I put up a post on my Facebook channel which got a pretty mixed response about making some cheap weights which would work over reef and wreck. Now, that is what I'm talking about. That is a concrete block with a swivel on it, and that weighs a kilo, just under a kilo. And I've got a lead weight here which weighs the exact same. Now that's costing about £3, maybe a little bit more, and that is costing 10p, something like that. Obviously the size difference is considerable, I would say, but they are very, very cheap and they do actually work. But I'm going to make some improvements. I'm going to see if I can make something just as cheap, pretty much, but a lot smaller and possibly a lot better. So what we're going to need for this project is we're going to need some sand, some just general purpose builder's sand. We're going to need some cement and we're going to need some aggregate. And in this case, I'm just going to be using some pea shingle with a slightly larger sort of 14mm size. We're also going to require a scaffolding pole, which we're going to cut down using an angle grinder. And we also, for the smaller weights, about 6 to 8 ounce weights, we're going to use some toilet tubes and we're going to stuff the mortar concrete mix inside there to set. So I'm going to show you how we're going to do this, and then I will be doing a video where we just use these weights and we're going to show you the array of fish which can be caught using them if you're on a tight budget or if you're fishing in a very, very wrecky, rocky area where you want to be deep in those rivets, but you don't want to be losing lead expensive weights. So let's go and show you how to make these weights. Well, it's typical I've picked a rainy, miserable day to do it, but I guess that's why I'm fishing. So I've just got this tube here. I'm just working out sort of roughly how long I want that to weigh. I reckon if we cut it about there, that's probably about 20 centimetres. So that's what we'll do. Doesn't have to be exact. It's very worth mentioning, wear glasses. Don't not wear eye protection. I don't know what I'm doing. Well, I do know what I'm doing with an angle grinder, but angles and all that, I don't really care. I get loads of sparks in my head, it doesn't bother me. But wear the glasses. Right, we've got a couple more tubes to cut. We've done 1, 2, done 4 tubes. Got a little bit more of the pole to do, so we're just going to keep cutting it. We'll just keep doing some various lengths. Right, so we've made up our scaffolding poles. Now they're, I don't know, about 30 centimetres, something like that. We're going to try and sort of make a couple of kilos, so sort of £3 if we can, weights. And then we're going to use, say, the toilet roll holders for sort of 6 ounce to 8 ounce weights. These really are just for rough ground fishing where you're going to lose a lot of weight at one time. So now we're going to do is make up the mixture which we're going to shove into these posts and toilet roll holders. We're going to use, well, I'm going to try and experiment using a little bait clip there. So once we've poured all the mixture in, I'm going to pop that in the top, and just so I can clip that onto my main line or mainline weight clip. But alternatively, you can use tent pegs, you could use wire, just plop it in, and when it seals up, it's not going to go anywhere. So that's just how to connect that to your actual rod. But yeah, let's go make the mixture and get them filled up. Right, this is a bucket we're going to use just to mix all of our stuff up. What we need to do is have 3 parts aggregate, 2 parts sand, 1 part cement. So let's go and grab the bits. I couldn't have picked a better day to do it. This weather is lovely. Let's get our aggregate. As you can see, that's there. That's 14 to 20mm stones in there. We'll pour half of it out in the bucket. Right, once you've got your shingle in your bucket, you want to go ahead and add your builder's sand. Like so. Probably use about half the bag, probably something like that. But I'm going to mix that up just so I want to see the consistency of this before I add the cement. So you'll see I've got 2 buckets. I've just put a smaller bucket just to make it a little bit easier, so we can take it in the shed and get away from this weather. So we're just going to add now a bit of cement. So it's about one part cement, 2 parts sand, 3 parts aggregate, but to be honest, it doesn't really matter. Cement, you really don't need a lot, but I do tend to put a little bit extra, just because that is the sticking agent and that's what binds it all together. Right, we've done the mix nice and turned it all up. It's all mixed in quite nicely. So now we're just going to go ahead and add some water. Probably should have added a bigger bucket, but it is what it is. Here's some water I prepared earlier. Oh. I don't go mental with the water at first. I just go enough to know that it's going to bond together a little bit, but not enough that it's going to go all sloppy. But the good thing is we've got a load of extra, so if you do too big of a sloppy mix, you can just simply add a little bit more sand or a little bit more cement, whichever one you want to do. Oh. Nice big fork or spade would have been better than a little trowel, but it is what it is. Right, let's get this done. Come on. Right, so we've made our mixture, which is here. We've got these to go in the tubes, which are just going to fit in, just squeeze them in like that, push them all the way in, and then just leave it like the top there, so we can just clip our weight to there, and then we're just going to stuff that in with concrete. Very, very simple and easy and pretty cheap. So we'll just pop that there. Oh, let's stuff it in here. And we'll try and put this one in. Like that. And then we'll just pop a bit more concrete and mix in there. Put a tiny bit more in. Right, that is number 1 made, like so. Very, very simple. Looks mucky, we'll clean all that up when it dries, but it's packed in under there and packed in there. I'm just going to make sure it's really sorted. There you go. Much nicer. So we'll go and pop that in the shed to dry and we'll go make another one. So we've got our pole, let's fling that in there. And load it up. If you've got kids, this is quite a good fun activity for them. I know they like making mud pies and stuff like that, but this they'll definitely enjoy. It's starting to rain again. Just get under there, make sure it's all nicely in. Get one of our clips and just blob it in, and then just neaten up at the top. Just like so, easy. And we'll weigh that when it's dry, and I'll tell you how much it weighs. Well, I'm soaking wet. The weather was atrocious. I was hoping this video was going to be a little bit better, with some nice angles, some more shots, keep you interested. But unfortunately, the weather just poured down, and it is what it is. We've got what we've got. But these are what we finished up with. So we've got our scaffolding poles, which are stuffed with the concrete mix, and we've got our pegs in at the end there. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. We've got our toilet roll ones, which I've stuffed with a very small swivel type thing, and we've got loads of those. And then I've just finished off doing a couple of these are my old ones, these ones which are already done. I've got a couple of big ones. I just put some wire in just to see what they weigh compared to those, just with the rocks in it. So we've got to wait now 24, 48 hours, probably a couple of days time. We'll come back and I'll show them to you when they're hard and they're in their real form. Right, so it's 2 days time, and I must admit they have turned out really, really well. So here they are. That's the scaffolding ones, which I was mainly sort of targeting to do. They weigh 1.5 kilos. Obviously, most of the time you're not going to need that weight, but if you do need the weight, they're very, very cheap to make. As you can see, they've worked absolutely fantastically. Putting that gravel in instead of just doing sand and cement like I did in my post, 100 times stronger. I mean, there is no way that one there, no way that is breaking. That is strong as anything. The pot will be taken off out of the mould, so there's no plastic going in the sea. But yeah, they've worked really well actually. They've worked fantastically. So I'm quite happy with those. They're not pretty by any stretch of the imagination, but they are they're going to be effective, and I will do a video in the future of using these just to prove to you that they do actually work, and you can save yourself a little bit of money. So that's the weights. As I say, they're just over 1 kilo. So what's that? 1,000 grams. I'm trying to think how many ounces that is. I'm not too sure, to be honest, but they're good weights. So thank you for watching this video. We're very nearly at 2,000 subscribers, so that's pretty exciting. I've got an epic trip coming up at the end of the month. Long COVID has sort of put a downer on it for me, but I've put a lot of effort into getting healthy again, not stretching myself too much, hence there hasn't been too many fishing videos in the last sort of 3 weeks, because I just haven't been out. I've just been at the gym, just gradually getting stronger, getting better, getting the symptoms gone, so that we can make this epic film in the end of April. So thank you for watching this video. I hope I've given you some ideas, some tips. If you do it, please send me a picture of what fish you catch using these weights. Obviously you're not going to catch the fish on the weights, but if you're using these weights over rough ground, I'd love to see you using them in the flesh. They are fantastic for reef fishing and wreck fishing, so saves you a bit of money on lead. So once again, thank you for watching Muscle Fishing, and thank you for every subscriber, because most likely when this video goes up, it will be we'll be on 2,000 subscribers. So cheers for that. Take care. You're watching Muscle Fishing. Cheers.